Hey there, my dear friends. In this episode, I want to show you what in the world is Mongoose. Okay, this helps you to map the data that comes from Mongo and the data to insert into it. Okay, the data that comes from your application from JavaScript to insert it all the data to Mongo and the other way down. Okay. Now, it's a way to connect Mongo with RPP. Now, the first thing we need to know is to define a schema, okay, to map a MongoDB collection. MongoDB should know what is your schema, your structure, okay, and you need to define also a model to recognize from the database, okay. Now, everything within Mongoose should start with a schema. Remember that, okay? And that schema maps to a MongoDB collection and defines the shape of the documents within that collection, okay? Now, the first steps, how to use it? Well, first of all, we need to install it as equal as you install npm packages. We need to require as express as well, and after that we need to connect to the server. Okay, now are you wondering how to use it, how to follow this step? Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that in our terminal, our integrated terminal on VS Code. Is simple way to do that. And of course, as we're going to work on some projects, as always in the real life, the technology is increasingly and evolves rapidly. So we just need to start the project, and in 2-3 months we need to go again to the docs, learning again the new structure, the new syntax, and make the things work. Okay, now let's go to the Mongoose page. As you can see, the elegant MongoDB object modeling for Node.js. Okay, we need to require it to connect, and as a default this is the port, and we are always need to use. Okay, otherwise I'm going to show you, maybe you can have an error. And here you need to put the name of your database. The name you can put of your choice, for example cars or buildings or comments. Maybe you can put like products, whatever you want. Okay, now, and then this structure you need to put Mongoose model. Okay, you need to this is the model, okay, in capital letter, and save it into a variable. Okay, if we go to here to /docs, okay, first of all we need to npm install Mongoose, and then we need to require it and copy and paste here as the Mongoose is advising. Okay, now let's go down to the VS Code. Okay, now first of all, if we go to the terminal, we open a new terminal. Okay, we need to go to our working directory. Okay, first of all, let's try to put MongoDB to have our database connected. Okay, this is MongoDB. You can, for example, you can change the color to be I don't know, blue. Okay, and we change the icon also if we want to, for example, database. Okay, fine. This one also we need to work on our directory. Okay, and we just open our Mongo PowerShell. Okay, we can try here, change the color also like yellow, and here the icon to be like, for example, PowerShell. No, yeah, PowerShell. Tengo PowerShell. Fine. Now, let's open the terminal. That terminal window we just want to work in, and we just go our directory. Okay, clear. As we are going here, we want to make here. We want to make a dir mongoose and then install the package and the mongoose file. Okay, go ahead and first of all, this here, let's remain like node, change the color to be green, and the icon, let's say red. Okay, fine. Now it's too easy to recognize one of them. This is your database, your PowerShell, and the node terminal. Okay, first of all, like make a dir, and let's call it Mongoose. Fine. And I was thinking about, let's try, for example, we need to install the package. Okay, let's try what if we don't install the package. Okay, let's try to make the file first without installing the package. Okay, let's try it out inside of mongoose dir. Let's try like mongoose.js. Okay, automatically created for us, and then we go back here. Remember, without installing first the package. Let's try and copy this and paste into our application. Okay, Control save. Fine. Remember, this is the port name, and here let's try to put our database like truck. Okay, Control save. Let's name it. It's a new database. Okay, fine. Now let's try to no here. Okay, we are in our rep. Okay, and load the file mongoose.js. Remember, we have installed the package already. Okay, and see what happened. Module not fine. Okay, fine. Now we need to exit from it. Okay, let's clear this, and we need to install the package npm I mongoose. Okay, go there, npm I mongoose. Okay, fine. Let's wait a minute. Okay, fine. It's clear. Now it's time to run node and load the file mongoose.js. Failed to load. Failed to load. Why? Let's save it. Okay, I know what we need. Okay, we need to go inside inside the dir. Oh, fine. Then inside the dir mongoose node and load the file .js. Okay, fine. After that, if we want to, here, if we want to, we can go at console.log, we can put connected. Okay. Exit, clear, node again, mongoose.js. Okay, connected, fine. Now we are connected. This way we need to install all the packages you needed before the application. Okay, here, as the docs say, we just require mongoose and specify the local host. Let's try here, like change the number here, save it, exit from application, node that load mongoose.js. We are waiting for something. It's probably thinking, okay, I know you're trying to connect, but it's maybe the wrong way. Okay, so need to exit here, change the number, save it, run it again, load mongoose.js. Okay, connect. Fine. We did the first step. Okay. Now, the second step is to let's go there and we install it, we require it, and we connect it. Okay, but we need in Mongoose everything it comes with the schema first and then a model. Okay, what kind of schema? Well, we go again to our VS Code here. Okay, we know that we are connected. Now we need to specify the schema. Okay, now the schema, first step, the schema. Okay, it comes with, for example, we need to specify, in this case we're going to map a collection of keys from Mongo. Okay, and to JavaScript we need to, for example, in this case we're going to build like a car schema. Okay, all of them a car schema. Let's say all of them they need a name. Okay, they should be a string. Okay, a color, also string, and a price. This should be number. Okay, fine. This is our schema. This is how the data Mongo is gonna recognize from JavaScript throughout Mongoose. Okay, now it's not as simple. We got our format. Okay, but we need to say to Mongo that this is a new schema. Okay, new Mongoose. Okay, new Mongoose schema, and save it to a variable, let's say const, like truck schema. Okay, let's say this is a new Mongoose schema, and we save it into a truck schema. Okay, this is the first step. This is the schema. Okay, and for the second one, once we got the schema, we just specify the model we are going to use. Okay, using this schema. Now, first of all, we put like mongoose that model. Let's say model mongoose that model. Okay, on the form of truck, and using the truck schema. Okay, Shift 7 to go to the first part, and we just save it into a variable called let's say truck. Okay, as simple as that. Fine. This is our model, okay, that we're going to work based on this schema to tell the Mongo, okay, I'm working with JavaScript and I'm trying to work with some data, but throughout Mongoose, I'm gonna work with you, and I need you to save the data and try to get data from you. Insert data, update some data, and delete some data. Okay, throughout this model and this schema. Now, this is not still in the database yet. Okay, we have opened the Mongo PowerShell and the MongoDB database, but it doesn't mean that we are saving some data still. Okay, let's try to put some data inside. Let's say a new truck, okay, is equal, let's try like new truck. We need to work based on that schema. Name, okay, it should be string, and in this case, let's say a Bronco. Okay, the second is a color like that. We put inside, let's say this is a white Bronco, and finally the price. Okay, number, let's say it is let's say it's 20,000. Okay, now we need to save it into a variable, and let's say const Bronco. Okay, is equal to this. Now we are creating a new truck based on this model. Using the truck schema, we are creating one, and we are saving into a variable that we can use in our application later on, whatever we want, have it available to use it. Okay, fine. Now if we go to our terminal, we save it. We go to our terminal. Here we are connected. Fine. If we got this running, we just if we call it Bronco, no, it's not defined. Why? Okay, we need to go out, exit. Okay, clear. Node that load mongoose.js. Okay, new mongoose schema, new mongoose construct schema. Okay, we got an error here. We are checking new mongoose schema. Let's try. Let's go to check the docs. Here, away, new mongoose schema. Just like that. Okay, fine. We just save it. Node dot okay, connected. Here we got a promise pending to be fulfilled. Now if we call Bronco, oh great, we got the Bronco here. We got an ID that is created, okay, to keep track of this item, okay, this object. Now if we go to the Mongo PowerShell and show the DBs, trucks, okay. Now if we go to use truck, use truck, switch to DB2, and we just show collections trucks DB tag trucks that find. We got nothing here. Okay, at least we created the application create for us the trucks, okay, collection for we to save something there, but we still don't have anything. What we need to do? Okay, we need to go and say Bronco that save. Okay, we got a promise, and go to the Mongo PowerShell again, and here we were missing the final step. Okay, final step, and save the Bronco constant that we were using. Okay, this is the final step. Otherwise, you are going to save anything into our database. Okay, fine. Now let's say that we're going to change the color of the Bronco. Okay, fine. We go here and say Bronco that color is white. Now let's say now to be green. Okay, and the final step, Bronco that save, just like that. Okay, fine. Now if we already saved to the database, okay, if we go again and find the DB, we change the color. Okay, successfully. This is awesome because right now we are able to save in our database the data from our application. Okay, we don't need to create a fake array as the other exercise. No, we are now able to save into the Mongo database. Okay, fine. Now, how do we actually insert some data? Okay, not just one at a time, but a few of them. Okay, now if we go to the documents and we go to the API model, if we look for all the methods we got here, we can find one and delete, find one, we can update, we can if we go to we can update one, update many. If we go to insert many, okay, we got here the explanation, we got like an array, okay, of items, and put just like for in our sample is struct that insert many. Okay, we go there to the Visual Studio. Okay, now we need to go here and take rid of this. Okay, we keep the model, control save it. Let's try here like let's put here remember to save to the database. Okay, now let's try to insert some data with insert menu. Okay, in this case we just use our model and say struct that insert struct that insert many okay. Now we go and say like this and put like open and close curly braces. Let's say that name, the first one is like Chevy. Okay, color, let's say blue, and the price, let's say like a little bit expensive. Okay, duplicate this. Let's put just 3 models. Okay, this one is like F. Okay, change the color to be black, and this one to be RAM. Okay, color red, let's say 2005. Okay, okay, this way, as remember, as we are these are promises. Okay, we need them to be fulfilled. Okay, and we need to always validate this because we can have like negative values or actually inserting some wrong data. So later on, you need to validate on the docs. We need to validate some of these. Okay. For example, in our model here, we need, for example, a name, a string, okay, and we need to put, like, for example, required, okay, required to be true, or price to be minimum 0, something like that. You can check the documents, and to organize and to validate your application very good, you need to consult the documents. Okay, now we'll create this object, and then, okay, hopefully, as we got a promise, we need to then show the data. Okay, we put like data, just like that, and we just say like console.log something like new trucks arrive. New trucks arrive, something like that. And of course, console.log the data, actually. Fine. Now we got rid of the new car, to insert a new Bronco. Okay, we just have the Bronco in the database. Okay, fine. Now we need to run the file from the rep. Okay, we go exit here. Okay, clear. Save it here. We just run the application. Okay, load mongoose.js. Fine. Truck is not defined. We need to change here. Control save it. Okay. Node load mongoose.js. Okay, we got here the Chevy blue, the Dodge Ram. Fine, and we got the message with new trucks arrive. Okay, fine. If we go to the PowerShell, okay, we got here Chevy name, okay, and the Dodge Ram. Fine. Now, this is how to insert many items. Okay, you can put as much as you want. Okay. Now, if we want to find a particular one, okay, we can look on the documents. Okay. If we go to the model. And we will find by we can find an object by ID, for example. Okay, find one on the left, find one. Okay, let's try the first, this one, model.find. Okay, good. We just put, like, for example, let's comment here. We don't want this data to be inserted again. We just Shift Alt A to comment multiple lines. Fine. Okay, Control save it. Now we need to find here, for example, car that find. Okay. car define, okay, and then the data console.log data, okay. Now I got need to port, it's not car, it's truck, okay. We just got, okay. Now what if we want to find a specific car, for example? Now let's try to find the F-150, okay. We just copy the ID, go here, find, for example, by ID, and paste it, okay. We need to get rid of the curly braces. We need to get rid of the curly braces here. Hold on, find by ID, the data console, that data, okay. We are missing here something. Truck find by ID, we need to open and close. Find by we need to go here, of course. Okay, just like that. Object did, okay, with this symbol, okay. Now what if we want to find for example, let's try to find, for example, truck that find those one that the color is equal to white, okay. Then we need to show the data, okay. Console.log data, console.log the data, okay. Here we got a promise, okay. Now if we go to the Mongo PowerShell, we got all the cars here, the Bronco, the Chevy, the F-150, and the Dodge Ram, okay. Fine. This way we can work from JavaScript side and save the data, working with model. Remember, first we need to define our schema. Of course, to get started, we need to be able to connect it. Remember this port, specify the data name for your application. Be sure to run your MongoD and the Mongo PowerShell, and we can work from the node repo from here, okay. As always, thank you, and remember, next time we're going to combine all these things together, the MongoDB and Mongoose, to our templates and JavaScript application. Okay, bye bye.